Okay, good. So what we're going to do today is we are going to make a sentence. We're going to write a sentence together, okay?
I like it.
You do? Awesome. So, what is a sentence? Let's turn this way a little bit so the camera can see you. What would you say a sentence was? If you could describe a sentence.
It would be something about your favorite food. It could be anything about your favorite stuff.
It can be anything you think of,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And it could be your favorite food, it could be a story, it could
Yeah.
be, turn into a story.
Mm-hmm.
But what are sentences made of? That begins with a W. Sentences are made of words. And what are words made of?
Letters.
Letters. Okay, so letters make up words, words make up sentences. Now, sentences can be short, they can be like,
Long.
or they can be long,
Or they can stay the same.
or they can be in the middle, kind of, right? So it could be short like, I like rocks. That is a sentence, right?
Like, I like pizza.
Yeah, or I like pizza. But we're gonna not make a super short sentence, we're not gonna make a really long sentence, we're gonna make like a medium sentence, all right? And I was thinking that we would make a sentence about a holiday that's coming up. What are two?
Christmas.
Yes.
Christmas and Valentine's.
Well, first we're gonna have, it's gonna be like next week.
Mm-hmm. So it's
You eat
Christmas.
turkey on what day? Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Is gonna be first, and then it's gonna be Christmas. So, we need to construct what we're going to write. So we're gonna think about what we're gonna write. And I was thinking we could come up with 3 things that you want for Christmas this year. Can you think of 3 things? No? Can you think of 1 thing? Seriously? What about like, what do you like to do? What do you like to play with?
I like to play with my toys.
Your toys? Is there any kind of toys you like? Like a doll or something?
A doll.
You want a doll? Okay, a doll. And what about like a game? Would that be fun? Do you play video games at all? No? Do you like books? You like to read? Okay, good. So, a doll, a book, and maybe something you like to wear? Shoes? Anything for your hair? Shoes? Okay, perfect. So, what would we say about those things? Oh, let's think about it before we write it. Okay, we're going to think before we write. And then I'll give it to you, okay? So, we could say something like, I,
It always starts with I.
not always, but it can a lot of the time, okay? So, I what?
Love.
Okay. How about this?
Mom.
I would love. And then we're going to list those things, okay? A doll,
Doll.
a book,
Book.
and a pair of
Shoes.
shoes for Christmas.
Christmas.
Right? That shall be our sentence, okay? Now, you are going to take a word, you're going to do a word, and then I'm going to do a word. We're going to share the marker, okay? So why don't you start with the word I? And that is perfect. You know why? Because you made it a capital I. And a capital letter always has to start a sentence. And I is always what?
A capital.
A capital, that is correct. I'll write the next word. Would.
You forgot finger space.
Oh, okay. Well, we want to make it a little bigger because we got all this space, right? I would. And then what's the next word in our sentence?
Love.
Love. Okay. A.
It's just A.
Yep. And what were we wanting for Christmas?
Book.
Okay.
Doll.
Doll first. Why don't you write doll? doll. Now,
A book.
okay. Now we have 3 things that we're listing, right? If we're listing 3 or more things, we need to add a certain punctuation, okay? And it is called a comma. Did you ever hear of a comma before? Okay. So this is a comma. It looks just like that. And we are going to put that right after the word doll. Comma. Okay, so it goes right there at the bottom. Oh, yeah, we should have used that. I'm so silly. Here. Now, my turn, right? Love a doll. I guess I get to write the easy words. Now you're going to write book. Okay. And do I put a comma here? Yes, I do. Comma. And I'll add the word a. Okay? And a pear. You're going to write the word pear. Now that might be a hard word to spell, but you can just give it a try, okay? Of shoes. Now, how would we, what makes sh? What 2 letters make sh? Do you know? No? It's gonna be S. Aren't you gonna write it down here? Little s. Okay, and then H. O. E. S. Shoes, and then we can come all the way back down here, because this is how a book reads, right? When you get to the end, it's got to start all the way back over here. For, why don't you write that word? A little word for. F-O-R. Yep. Okay. Because you learned from me and I used my hand, and that was not the right thing to do since it's going to be in my hand forever. No, it'll come off. Now we're going to write the word Christmas, okay? I'll write it.
It's a hard word.
Very hard word.
And you can't sound it out.
See, you can sound it out. The hard thing is that the CH in this is making a sound.
But literally, we don't.
Miss. Okay? That's a whole lesson on how to write the word Christmas. But this, I did one wrong thing, okay? This C has to be a capital C because it is a holiday, okay? Christmas. And then, what did we put on the end there?
A period.
Yes.
It's a question mark.
Because it's the end of a sentence,
Yeah.
right?
And if it's a question mark, like, does that love you? That's a question.
And then you...
And you add a question mark.
That is correct. How could we change this into a question? Well, we can't just add the question mark. We have to change some words.
I know.
Okay. Let's see. We would want to do this, Rilee. Let's hold up.
What?
We will put, because questions start with certain words like who, what, where, when, why, or how. So why don't we put what would I, add I in here. Put the word I, with a capital. What would I love for Christmas? What would I love for Christmas? And then you can make it a question mark. Okay, great. So what did we learn today? We learned about these things here. What are these little things called? And it begins with a C. And it sounds like a k. Comma.
Comma.
Comma. And this is how you spell comma, by the way. C-O-M-M-A. Comma. And that is just a little mark, a little curvy mark like this. Okay? And we put one there, and we put one here because we have to put them in between a list. Okay? Now, what if you had only 2 things in your list? Would you use a comma?
No.
No. It's got to be 3 or more. Okay? But it could be 10 things.
Yeah, it could be 10.
Or more.
It could be 100.
It could. That would be a very hard sentence to read if it was 100 things separated by commas. So we never want to make a sentence that complicated, right?
Yeah. I need a potty.
Okay. Why don't we finish this up and then you can go, okay? All we have to do is read the sentence. Okay? And where did let's use this as a pointer. Okay?
Oh, before
Oh, there it is.
there.
I brought my drumstick today. Ready? Let's read this together. Well, let's do the original sentence, right? Which was I. Okay? Ready?